Good morning, everyone. Gary Office with Joseph Skoda, G.I. Joe Skoda, in Hawaii at the moment. Even though I reside in California, I'm in Hawaii part-time. We have a studio in Vegas, everywhere. And thanks to Zoom Airlines, Zoom Airways, we travel all around the world with rarely leaving the comfort of our own home. But what's so exciting about Zoom Airlines is I get to meet people that I never could before. At least maybe I'm not meeting in person, but I get to meet different personalities, different groups. I get to know cultures I would have never experienced before. And today, our special guest today, he's full of comedy. He's full of humor. He's full of inspiration and motivation. And you can see from his background, energetic, experience, excellence. So please help me welcome Eleos. Eleos, how you doing, man?
Oh, high five, Joseph.
Hold on. I have to get a character. I have to get a character. There we go. Now the character. And it's funny because you and I just got off of a Toastmasters meeting, I don't know, even 15, 20 minutes ago. And even though that meeting resides in South County Presenters is the name of it, and that would happen to be in Rio Grande, California, neither one of us is there at the moment. But because of Toastmasters, for instance, it's brought our different cultures, our different like-mindedness to the organization, to the group as a whole, where we're learning from each other, where we're laughing at each other's jokes, where we whack somebody in the head, whatever it is. And I keep forgetting you can't wear green with a green screen in the background. See all those little things I continuously forget about. But I have a habit of talking too much. And that's why I got you because you talk as much as I do if somebody will let you. So tell us a little bit about where you're from, what's your background, and why the lady in the back wants to smack you.
Okay, here it is. My favorite post. And yes, my name is E.N.T. Eleos Theofilus. I'm from Indonesia. In Toastmasters, it is District 87. The district consists of Indonesia, Brunei Darussalam, and Eastern Malaysia. And I have been Toastmaster for 4 years. I'm still a baby, right? I'm just learning to walk. And yeah, Toastmasters brings me into the new height. I never imagined to be like this. Especially invited by Joseph here to do an interview. Wow, it's my honor. And to Toastmasters, I have been keynote speaker, workshop speaker, panelist, and to speaker about podcasting. My last background, it is about podcasting. And it is not my self-promotion. People made the poster for me. So that's the perception of them to me. And then the second, it is humor or comedy. Last but not least, it is soft skills. So out of those soft skills, I will help you to learn. And yes, Toastmasters made me. The tagline of Toastmasters International is where leaders are made. And my tagline is simple. Toastmasters made me. Yes, such an satire or how to it? Irony, I think.
I love that. When I was the district director, and everyone comes with a motto, a vision, a theme. And mine was creating or developing leaders one at a time, developing leaders one at a time in Toastmasters. And some people caught a lot of, I call a little bit of flack because, well, how come you're not creating a lot of leaders a lot of leaders at a time? Or how come you aren't focusing on more than just one? And I think because it's self-paced and organization is self-paced and we get to choose how fast we want to grow. Now we encourage people to jump in and do more and sometimes they move a little bit faster than they're ready to do so. It's a training program, it's an educational program and I joined about 11 years ago. Never thought I'd still be in 11 days later and here I am still going strong and I love what we're able to learn. And what's interesting, it's like 6:30 in the morning here for me. And I think it's 11:30 p.m. for you. Isn't that right?
Yes, 32, yes,
We
PM.
we need to learn how to get some sleep. I think we know how to sleep.
No need, no need. I think I don't need sleep. Sleep needs me. They
We
will call
miss
me,
you.
Elios, come back to sleep. We miss you.
We
Well,
miss
the
you.
bed is calling. Yes. My
You
calling is
know,
not to sleep, but the bed is sleeping. The bed is calling me to sleep.
that sounds fair to me. We all need a favorite pillow for sure, if nothing else. So why did you get into Toastmasters to begin with? What was the your purpose or driving force or more importantly, why'd you stay?
Well, people are asking me, Elios, you are already good in public speaking. You are already good in leadership. What is it for you to join Toastmaster? I said, it is not about me. It is about you. I'm here in Toastmasters to serve you. How I can improve you in podcasting, in a better humorous or comedy, and then of course soft skills. In life, we need a lot of soft skills, and Toastmasters made me like what I said. That's my motto, and that's why pay it back to your community that made you. That's my sole purpose when I joined Toastmasters. People ask me again, oh, if you say that Toastmasters made you, why you don't join Toastmasters in the first meeting you come as a guest? I said, it took time. It took time, baby. Come on, imagine. If you are entering a marriage, do you want to marry someone that you just first time meet? Of course not. Not at all. Don't do that. It will do you miserable journey, right? So I knew Toastmasters in 2010.
Yeah.
Now you count how many it is. 14 years ago. Oh, I'm still younger. It is like half of my age right now. When I was in a university student, my mentor invited me to the meeting and I said, Toastmasters is not my cup of tea. Oh, it's already on my gene, on my DNA. Public speaking is me. I don't need this kind of class. But he still invite me. The persistence of him keep on inviting me and I keep on rejecting. Because I'm so full of myself. I'm such an arrogant guy that I feel I'm on the height, on the top of the world, of the earth. Well, there is ET on earth, right?
Right
If
on.
there is no ET, there's only ARH. See, that's how I perceive myself. So high of myself. And when I enter Toastmasters, I feel so small. People like Joseph here, he was IP, past district director, and I'm just a regular member. But now I'm on the same stage with him.
Yep. Yep.
How Toastmasters leverage me. And that's what I think. And I joined Toastmasters on the second thought. Oh, now I call Toastmasters as my reference. How I can reference myself to become better and I can serve people better. And this is the platform that I need and people need to explore. Sometimes they feel like come to me and I don't know how to find my voice. And I ask them, have you tried podcast? And once they made it, well, the history itself. I have around 100 and so many counting, still counting, people who
Sure.
are starting their debut as podcasters. And they say it, their podcast changed their life. Well, it's not my podcast, their podcast, their journey. Again, it's not about me, it's about you.
That,
Another
that,
case study is about the comedy itself, stand-up
sure.
comedian.
Yep.
There are so many Toastmasters out there. They never try comedy. They never try humor. But once they enter my comedy club here, stand-up comedy show, Comedy Reborn. this is my comedy club. And once people enter that incubator, they reborn themselves, like what our name, Comedy Reborn. Comedy in English, reborn. Imagine, you feel died. You feel like you are just a flesh bone without the desire to become a better speaker. You are just a serious speaker, motivational, inspirational. There are so many of them in Toastmasters. But do you want to become top 100, top 1% of the humorous speaker in the world? Well, now you will know there is always someone behind the scene. And one of them is our district champion of all of those, we call it Grand Slam. She won the international speech, she won the evaluation speech, she won the table topic, and also she won the humorous. Because of
Wow.
what?
Wow.
Because of the humor that she put on her speech.
Sure.
And she also became the stand-up comedian, and she entered for the first time on site, and she ever have her own show. Imagine, I just give them the platform. Here's the platform, like what Toastmasters give us the platform. My big question is, are you ready to serve? If you are willing, of course, there is a way to do it. And yes, like what Joseph provided on his virtual background, there is a red carpet for you, for the upcoming or the future reader, to help you to in a better place, in the better version of you. Another question for you is, are you ready for it? If you're not ready, not worry. Toastmaster is self-paced environment. And yes, it is.
No, those are really great points, and it's very interesting how you talked a little bit about comedy, and this is what it's all about. We have lots of motivational speakers. We have a lot of inspiration out there, and some of us need to still. We need to hear that. We still need to participate. We still need to give our story, but we can change it. And some of the best actors started in comedy and then became serious roles later on. And I remember when I first retired, I was in the Air Force. I retired and I went to a stand-up comedy, open mic night. I figured I'd go up there and give something. I froze. I couldn't speak. I was embarrassed. Yet the whole time before that, I'm joking and kidding, but I was afraid to stand up in front of people, afraid to give that message out. And more importantly, like most of us, afraid of what people are going to think about us. When I became district director, I started putting a little bit of humor into my meetings. I don't have it with me, but I carry a big gavel around, and I just have fun with that. We did a superhero theme when we did our convention, and we're all dressed up like superheroes, and it was different. Once you can step out of that comfort zone of wherever you are, and for most of it's humor, not just one-liners in the back of a school bus, but seriously thinking about what you're going to talk about. I know you gave us some humor earlier in that club. So what got you into comedy? I mean, what makes you love comedy better than anything else?
Well, Joseph, I have a lot of stories to tell. And
I bet you do.
how come you can make the people remember about the story? People will never ever remember my story. People will never ever remember me. But people will always remember how I make them feel. They feel the laugh, they feel the joy, and they feel the excitement of listening to my story. And yes, that's how I found jokes, comedy, or humor on my life. Imagine if you are having a life, but you are not have a fun, filled moment in your life. How you perceive yourself. And at first, I tried self-deprecating jokes, and it works well because it is me.
Sure.
I am ET, easy target. Comedy needs target. Comedy needs tragedy. It's all on me, right? ET is easy target, easy tragedy, easy, easy so many, right? Easy
Right
Toastmaster
on.
also.
Right.
Yeah, and that's how the journey itself. It is not about me finding the comedy, the joke, finding me. And that's how I come to my session. The first session in Toastmasters about comedy is about finding humor. And I told all of the structures, how to make humorous speech, how to make stand-up comedy, and the magic of it. I have also the session about the magic of stand-up comedy. So I have two different separate sessions. First of all, it is about the magic of stand-up comedy, and the second is about the humorous speech preparation, like what I said before on the virtual background. Am I audible? Am I visible? Am I credible? That's the type of the humor. So I put it into the separate because they have their own audience. If I give this stand-up comedy into Toastmasters, and when they come to the meeting, they will try to make fun of themselves, and nobody will going to laugh you at all, even to your jokes. But if you put on the humorous piece, well, people will always love you, and people will always want to take a picture with you. And of course, I know you want to be the speaker that people want to get a picture with, right?
Right
And
on.
yes, it is. I love it. Get a picture with my, I don't want to call it fan. I call them friends
Sure.
because I don't want them to worship me. I'm not the God. The God himself bestows me the Bible, the comedy Bible. I read the comedy Bible from the Judy Carter, and it made me into this kind of stand-up comedian. I am the stand-up comedian who will do the right thing. Some of them are doing the impromptu. They don't do the right thing. They just go to the stage, they take the mic, and they say it all that what they want. Well, if it is mean like what you said before, Joseph, open mics like that, well, it
Yep.
won't work for me
Right.
at all because I'm a very structured person. I'm a Toastmasters. I run from Toastmasters. I will prepare for the opening, the body, and the closing. And I will always make sure that the funniest joke will be in the first. And the second funny is in the last. Because I want to make the first impression. And yes, first impression will stick until the end of their mind. So I will want to keep on the top of their mind. My audience is ranged from 15 to around 60 something. I think 67. And that's kind of my comedy range jokes. I can be like the father's jokes that is so dry. I can also be the one-liners. I have a lot of techniques like roar of three, callback, fun
Sure.
words, so
Sure.
many things. Of course, there's a lot of we call it like textbook comedy,
Hmm.
but I don't want
Hmm.
to say it here because the journey itself will bring you to learn from that. One big question is why you learn comedy and why you should do humor in your speeches. Are you ready for it? You are coming to the States and nobody laugh at your joke. If you are ready for it, congratulations. You are the first step to learn comedy. And if you're not ready for it, no worries. There is always somebody who is willing to take on the center stage and take all of the glory.
True. True. You
That's
brought some
that's the
motivation.
true. Yeah,
It's
that's
so
the
true.
true. I said it right. The fact.
I think a lot of us, and that's a good point. In comedy, and I do some acting. I'm actually doing. I'm filming a movie in April, but it's really interesting how you get involved with different characters. And sometimes it's a flop. Sometimes it doesn't work. Sometimes you're on stage and you think you're funny, but not everyone else does. And if you're prepared, you know how to change it or adapt it. And obviously, if I'm going to like talk to my parents and do comedy over and over, and try to get laughter out of them. That might be great, but they're much older than I am. If I'm going to talk to peers of mine or someone younger, it might not go over so well. So we have to learn to, I think, practice in front of our audience ahead of time, if at all possible. How do you handle, and maybe it's never happened to you, it's happened to me many times. I'll get up there and I'll say something and people don't understand, don't get it, don't laugh. It hurts my feelings. How do you work with that?
Well, of course, Joseph. That's why we have open mics. We can try all of our jokes there. In my comedy club, we have the structure. Open mics, it is 3 to 5 minutes. For those who never try comedy at all, they should try this. And then there's openers, 5 to 7 minutes, like in Toastmasters. And if you're ready to become the headliner, we are ready to host you, to give you the 30 minutes up to 1 hour comedy show. Can you imagine someone who cannot even make one laugh per minute to the 1 hour comedy show? What they are going to say? They won't do that. Come on. And I have been doing that several times. People said, Eleos, how come you make people laugh for 1 hour or more than that and never stop laughing? I said, it is not me. Again, it's you. This is my message. Again, this is not about me. It is about you. If you can make a story that relate to the audience, they will laugh. And they will laugh not to you, but to your jokes.
Yeah.
So yes, I give you the cue. I give you the hint. I give you the secret. Let's not to try to be funny. Don't do that. That's the first principle of comedian. If you try to do that, well, what I call is personal branding. You mess up your personal branding because people will always remember you like someone who is trying hard to be funny. And why I said it? Because I was there, been there, done that. Someone who is very serious, who cannot make comedy at all. My mentor said to me, Eleos, you're not born to be comedian. And I said, okay, I have no talent in comedy. So if I practice, can I do that? He said, never. You will never be funny at all. You are too serious. You are too rigid. You are the one that is so structured. There is no such structure in comedy. We won't do that. Oh, okay, relax. My mentor, relax. Now you watch me. I deliver comedy with structure. And people still laughing at that. And I prove it to him. Here it is, my personal branding. Comedian with structure. One big question is how you want people to remember you. Someone with unstructured, or someone with structure, or someone that will make you feel that you feel honored to watch me on the stage, not to laugh to me, but to laugh to yourself. How I make my comedy relates to yours. Again, it is not my story. It is your story that will be told on the stage because I'm doing my research. I'm always doing my research before I came to the meeting or to the show. I will ask, I will survey who will come to the meeting, who will come to the, or how we call it, show, the range, the men, women, the percentage, and the social status. Well, I don't want to be technical here, but it is. We all do this by research. Because my first personal branding year, basically I'm a businessman, so I have the business mindset. People say, the greatest comedian cannot sell. Well, yeah, I will share it.
I can.
This is true. This is fact. The greatest comedian cannot sell, but the greatest marketer can do comedy. So yes, I know that Joseph is a great marketer. That's why he is on stage. Every single time people will give him the stage. And in the every master, we will provide you the stage. The big question is, are you ready to include humor in your speeches? Because if you're not ready, the humor is ready. Just it is not in you, but on the other speaker.
That's a good point. In fact, personal branding, and I'm a marketer myself, and I talk about that all the time. Okay, if you're selling Avon, how are you going to stand out from the person across the street from you? What's your brand? Why do people want to come to you rather than your competitor? We could all be selling the same product. And it's how we connect with people, how we, like you said, make them feel. That's so darn important. And someone who's been afraid of the spotlight forever, let's say I'm competing in two contests this week. I'm judging another contest. I'm a keynote in something else, and I'm giving an hour workshop all in the next couple of weeks. And it's very interesting because it's something I would have to prepare to do an hour workshop weeks or maybe even months. Today, it's not that hard because you do it over and over again, like anything else in the world, and become better and more proficient and probably more self-confident. And when you're confident, you can do anything. You can move mountains with that confidence. And I've got pretty good at it over the years, but it wasn't always that way. So, anyways, how can people find you? How can they find your show?
Oh, well, again, this is the comedy magic.
Comedy
You
Magic. Yeah.
will you will never ever find me in the toilet, especially in the women's toilet. Of course, I will be not there. I'm forbidden to be there. But I will always be on the LinkedIn, on the Facebook, on the Instagram, on the YouTube, on all of those platforms. You can just type my name, Eleos Theofilus. I think it is not so easy to write or to type. And I think you
It's
need
right there.
this.
It's right there on your picture. There
It's
you
right
go. Please.
this. E.T.
ET,
Eleos Theophilus.
everyone's
Yeah.
target. Everyone's target.
So here is, yeah, easy target, everyone's target. People love to roast me because I'm so easy to get roasted. People knows me.
Yeah.
So people will laugh at me just simple by mentioning my name. And they
Wow.
said, thank you to E.T. E.T. is so easy to make a roasting. And I got roasted every single day by my friend, by my colleague. And yes, I have
That's
written
what our best friends are for.
14 ebooks,
Yeah, I see
and
that.
I have recorded around 150 podcast episodes. I have 7 seasons about my podcast. The first season, it is about how you can make your own podcast.
Sure.
Second season is about multi-level marketing. I'm a networker. And then the third, it is about the conventional business. I'm also a businessman. And fourth is about sales. We all salesmen.
We're all salesmen, every
For
one of
the
us.
for the fifth season, it is about how you can be a better employee. I mean, how to do a professional. The sixth is about psychology. How do you know yourself and how do you know others? And then the last but not least, it is about finance. That's my industry. So I have a lot of background. That's why I didn't say it in the beginning, because you will always learn from the best, from
Yep.
those who are energetic, experienced, and excellent. And do you know what is it?
That's
Well,
you.
say it to me. Oh, thank you. Then say again, it is not about me. It is about you. Let me help you to find the inner, I want to say beauty, but the inner funny in yourself. One big question is, are you ready for that? If you're ready for that, I'm not ready for that. Just kidding.
You're always ready. I think you're always ready. We have to be. We have to be. Well, awesome. Well, I appreciate that. I've only written two ebooks, so you're way ahead of me. but I probably have 700 podcasts out there. But the very first, I don't know, 10 or 20 were horrible. Besides me going in and out of the green screen right now with my colored shirt, my first couple YouTube videos were horrible. And that's okay. That's part of progress, part of learning, part of growth. And to grow, you have to break something, unfortunately, or fall down. But you will become stronger if you don't give up as time goes on.
You
All
can
right.
break
Well,
everything, but you cannot break your character. Stay in character. That's what Joseph said, right? Stay in character.
stay in character, even if you
That's
don't
why my
think
character is
you're a
E.T.
character. Phone home, ET. Phone home. All right. Well, thank you so much, Eleos. People be looking for what you have to offer, and we appreciate it because comedy is a tough thing to get over and have confidence enough to do that. And like you said, you can have a script or more importantly, practice and outline preparation, and you'll do just fine. So how do you improve behavior and habits in working? Contact ET. He knows better than most. All right, Elios, we look forward to hearing more from you in the near future. All right, thanks a lot. Singapore, October 28th, 10 p.m. You know, I'm expecting to be in Singapore in October, but we'll see what happens.
Well, it is in the past. It is just, I love this
Oh,
pose. So
well,
I'm
we'll
just
both
mimicking the
go.
pose.
We'll both go.
Power pose girl.
The
Power pose
poster.
man.
Oh, brother. All right. All right. Well, we're part of the Joseph Skoda in the office with Joseph Skoda, part of Social Media Shows Network. Look forward to talking to you in the near future. And make sure you subscribe to my channel as well as ET himself. So subscribe to our channels. Let us know what you want to hear. And quite frankly, we're going to entertain, we're going to inspire, and we're going to give you the confidence to be the best that you can be. Have a great day, everyone. Thanks, Helios. If you liked our show, please subscribe to our YouTube channel or find us on any social media platform, Instagram, of course, Facebook. Like, subscribe, share. We appreciate it. Let us know your thoughts and join our team. Anyways, we appreciate you staying tuned week after week, day after day, because we continuously build up our network to bring to you what you're asking for. Have a great day.